What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Game of the Week show. I'm Matt, that's Ash, and that is Dan. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
You excited for today? I don't sound very excited.
It's a good week. You don't sound very healthy.
No, I'm not very healthy. So, what better way than to suffer through my ill health than lock my two friends in a room for an hour with me?
Yeah.
A very small room as well.
With no ventilation because the window's shut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're welcome in advance. Everyone that is new to the show, this is a weekly show that the three of us do, where we get together every Monday to discuss the latest news topics in the video game industry. We also then go through all of the new releases for that week before each picking our favourite game of the week. So if you like video games, news, conversations, let's plays, we do all of that. You can find out everything we do on thegameinitiative.com. The link to that is down below. So, gentlemen, kicking off with the news this week. Some pretty bad news, in my opinion.
We have way too much bad news.
Well, have you ever watched the real news? All it is murder, kidnapping, explosion, death. So, in comparison, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Hitman, the stealth adventure game from Square Enix that was due to come out on March 11th, technically still is, but it is now gone full Square Enix, and by that I mean Episodic. They've done it with Final Fantasy VII, they're now doing it here.
Yeah.
So March 11th you'll get the release of the prologue and the first level, then you'll have to wait for monthly updates over time to get all the rest. The Italy and Monaco ones that we've seen in like in-depth trailers, they won't be there at release. They're going to be April and May. It looks like you can buy like a season pass and it won't cost you any more.
Yeah.
But if you want a physical version of the game, you're going to now have to wait till the end of the year till that one comes out. Like myself, like you.
Yeah.
I think this is bullshit, personally. What do you guys think?
It's ridiculous. I mean, two things. One, I feel this is really late to announce something like this.
Yeah.
And to have to wait until potentially the end of the year before being able to buy the full game is ridiculous. Just the fact that it is changing to Episodic is it's ridiculous.
People want to be able to have access to the full game to play through it at the pace they want.
Yeah.
Rather than being told, once you've done one mission, you've got to wait a month.
There are certain games that do fit the Episodic format.
Very
story
heavy ones. Like that's where Telltale works.
Yeah, they make sense, and these have always been Episodic games.
Yeah.
We know what to expect. But these, it's basically just you do one level. It's just going to be different contracts in different locations and different targets and stuff. If your game isn't ready, just delay it. Don't part release it. The worst part is this was supposed to be out in December, and they delayed it till March to allow time for more content. Now, if this is more content than what it was in December, then what are we going to get in December? An empty box?
I just think it's...
You're going to get the home screen.
I think it's really, really, really unprofessional to delay it without announcing. Clearly, you knew in December what you were doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't that long ago. To just say you're delaying it till March, I think that was the time if you were going to say anything. And even then, 3 months I still think is leaving it a bit late.
It's just bad PR, really. Is it unnecessarily bad?
It is.
If they came out and said, sorry, we don't have the full game ready, we're going to have to push it back another 6 months, I wouldn't mind about that. But the fact that they said in this, like you said, in November, December, that they were delaying it so they could make sure all the content was there.
Yeah.
And then to come out with this, a month before release, 6 weeks, and say, by the way, you're only going to get the first mission.
I think they're also at a major risk of not seeing as much revenue come from this now. Because if there's no benefit to people buying the season pass, then chances are people who want to play Hitman will probably pay for the first episode that comes out, and then by the time that month has passed and it's the next missions, other stuff will have happened.
People might not care that
and
much.
Hitman will have been pushed aside for some people, and they won't want to go back.
It will be like the normal Episodics, where if you buy every content individually, it will end up costing more. Like it will be £15 for the first thing, and then 5 updates of £10 or something. So it'll end up costing like 65 quid rather than the 50 quid.
Yeah.
But no, they're not getting any of my money until the end of the year. If there's enough games coming out,
Well, exactly. I'm not saying I'm not boycotting the whole buying the game, but I will happily wait until the end of the year for this now.
You're just not going through that system.
Yeah.
So and the problem is, come the end of the year, there'll be a lot of other games out. This might I might care less about it then.
Well,
March
you might.
is a good release window.
You might. There might be some terrible reviews that come out in the meantime from people that have played the episodes, and that changes your opinion completely. And in the end, a hard copy you would have bought on day one is then one that you just don't really give two shits about.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
It is. It's very.
Let's move on to some happier news.
Let's have positive news
for March. We saw a new trailer for Ubisoft's The Division, the game that was believed to be once dead and would never come out because what's it been 3 years now since they announced this game? It's
been a while.
I've lost count.
I mean, the hype I think around it is definitely, well, maybe until this week, it definitely kind of waned because people were just like, oh,
sick of it.
I've heard of this game for long enough.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Watch Dogs where it was revealed and it was amazing, and then time went by and by and by, and then people started to care less.
People did care less about it. They did.
Yeah. To Ubisoft's credit in this case, though, they didn't keep trying to keep that hype going.
They have gone away.
They basically went, it's delayed till next year.
They did take their foot off the gas with
a lot
marketing.
of the media aside.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
So the new trailer shows off a bunch of gameplay, a lot of different areas of the map. Following this and kind of some previews that people have been talking about because a load of people... We weren't invited, thanks by the way Ubisoft, to go and preview the game for some reason. I can't think of any reason why. I mean, we have like double-digit viewership.
Yeah.
How would you not want us to preview your game for you?
I think the invite has just got lost.
It must have got lost.
It must have done. Yeah. It's been a busy Christmas.
It's alright. It's alright. It's understandable. We'll let it slide this time. Just send us a free copy and it will be forgiven.
Free copies.
Well, mainly one, but if you want to give these guys one as well, it's up to you. It appears that it's not going to be a true MMO as some people thought. It is going to be always online, so it is connected online, but a lot of games are nowadays. But the majority of the time, you're actually going to be playing in a group of up to 4 of you, so you and three friends, and taking on. I have a cold. Leave me alone. It's hard. I'm trying to breathe and talk at the same time.
Through one hole.
So you take on AI enemies rather than kind of... There is PvP elements to it, but there is... you're not going to just bump into like hundreds of people walking around. There'll be hub areas. They talk about the dark zone, which looks pretty cool. That's where basically all laws go to one side down and you can just...
That's free for all land, yeah.
So... I'm excited for this again now. I think. I mean, I'll still wait for reviews probably rather than pre-order it. I'm not I need this day one.
I'm a bit like that. I really want to experience the game. It still looks good. I'm still pretty hyped about it. But it's not one of these that I just be there at 9 a.m. on release day to pick up the game. But I do want to play it. Yeah.
It does look good. What are you expecting out of the game, Dan, if at all? Because you were quite excited for this initially.
Yes. Well.
But then the more and more we talk about online, you're like, no. I mean, we only have 2 friends each, so the four party window is kind of a struggle. Applications can be made down below.
Apply within.
It's I think because there was a lot of or a lack of information for a while of how it was going to work. It got very much like, is this going to end up like Destiny and stuff like that, where basically nothing will be achieved unless you have a large number of friends or random people to be able to be online for.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that's not necessarily as much of the case now. So I'm hoping that, obviously I would still want to try and play that game with you guys there, so that we're actually doing the missions, I guess, more as they're meant to.
Yeah.
But it would just be a harder game to play single player.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like Destiny, then I don't necessarily have a problem with that because I played through all the stories of Destiny basically on my own. I think you did the same, did you?
I did the same, yeah.
So you could perfectly play it on your own. It was different in the fact that you ran into random people out and about that sometimes assisted you on the mission.
Yeah.
But it was definitely playable on its own, and this looks like it is, which is fine by me. I'm excited to experience it, and it looks pretty cool. So.
Yeah, the format is reminiscent of Destiny, I think, in what they're sort of going for. I don't think it's going to be quite the same, but it's reminiscent of it, I think.
Yeah,
and there wasn't a lot wrong with that format. I thought it worked fine. You know, play on your own or with friends or with strangers or whatever. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, it's sold a couple of units, I think, that Destiny.
A few. Still going strong, I believe.
Yeah, the one thing I just want to obviously be sure of is the fact that part of the game isn't going to be locked out and unavailable if you're not able to play with other people at that time.
Yeah, you kind of want them to have maybe a campaign which can be played either alone or cooperatively.
Yeah.
As well as maps for maybe specific
PvP stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's
a bit Call of Duty-ish maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be like that though.
No. But in terms of the split,
I know
what you mean.
Between campaign and
not all connected as one.
Exactly.
Talking of Call of Duty,
Mm.
no surprise probably for most of you to hear that Black Ops 3 was the best-selling game in 2015. I mean, did anyone expect anything else to beat it?
There was nothing that really came out.
I mean, Battlefront maybe had a chance because of Star Wars hype, but it's still not quite.
It was never gonna.
Not Call of Duty.
Oh God, no.
There wasn't that big challenger this year, was there? The Call of Duty.
Nothing ever beats Call of Duty. Call of Duty has won like the top-selling game for like the last 5 years now, I think.
I've still not even finished the very first mission on the campaign. I put it in, played about half an hour, and I don't know, I played something else and I haven't gone back to it yet.
I'm sure Activision don't mind about you too much because the franchise...
I still bought the game.
Yeah,
still
paid them.
And the franchise has now sold in excess of 250 million units.
Wow.
Now, I think there's been 12 games so far, maybe 13, like made.
Yeah.
They re-release games separately, kind of like as console. Like I think Call of Duty 2, and then there was a Call of Duty 2 console edition. So
it's an average of 20 million.
It's about it's pretty much you're talking 20 million per unit every time. And the first one sold nowhere near that. It kind of really blew up around Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
that's where it really kind of became this phenomenon.
It's weird because it's only very recently that I've sort of got into the Call of Duty franchise, and it's only since. Ghosts was really the first one that I played a lot of, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was a pretty poor game, but then
most people say that's the weakest one. I think
it was. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy it that much, but then, Modern Warfare. I thought Advanced Warfare was good. Was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
No, I mean like we do give, I think, on the show Call of Duty a bit of stick sometimes.
I think
but I think it's not really the game so much; it's more the people that play it. Which is that's definitely not bad. No, you know, there's a lot of people out there who basically just play this game and that's what they do, and that's fine. You know, more power to you. You can play whatever you want. I'm not going to force you to play. But if all you're playing is Call of Duty or FIFA, you're missing out on a lot of great experiences, which is what a lot of people do. Or in America, it's Call of Duty and NFL. But yeah, I mean, they don't care. They're making loads of money. And who'd have thought that this one game, this World War II shooter that came out only on PC, would become $250 million.
I know.
And it will keep going. There's no sign that it's slowing up.
Not yet.
I don't think so. I could see it getting to 500 million at some point. It's going to be around for a few more years.
Yeah, I think it will be around a few more years. Why break something if it's not? Why fix something if it's not broken? Something like that.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
It do well, carry on, do good.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of millions of copies,
the PS4.
PS4, yeah, the figures were out.
It's the best-selling console of 2015. No surprise there, really. The Xbox won a couple of months, but it's kind of was never gonna beat the PS4. The PS4 just has this kind of. It's just momentum, isn't it? It's not necessary. If you were looking at the two consoles now and thinking which one to buy as completely standalone, the Xbox is probably. I mean, maybe I'm being a bit of a fanboy, but I would say the Xbox as a platform right now offers more. But people go where their friends go.
Yeah,
and your friends have already.
Exactly.
That's where people go. I mean, I don't care where my friends are. I'll buy whatever I want to buy. Because,
I don't know
most normal people.
I don't know anybody who's on PS4 that says I really want to buy an Xbox One, whereas I know a lot of people that have an Xbox One that say I really want to get a PS4. So it's
because they want to play with other people.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's kind of just snowballing, isn't it? It doesn't matter whether or not it's the best platform right now because it's got all this goodwill and even to the general public, you think because everything is talked about PS4, PS4 must just be the best console, irrespective of the facts, the features, the games, the exclusives. And then obviously with the exclusives they've got this year, Uncharted 4 might be a lot of people's time to actually jump to the new gen, stuff like that. A lot of people who've got Xboxes might go to PS4 for Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Or haven't even upgraded at all. So it's
I've never compared the consoles really in terms of I prefer that one to that one as such because it's all about the games that I'm playing on those consoles. If a game is available on both, I generally buy it on PS4.
Yeah.
But that's more because I prefer the controller than anything else.
That's also where the majority of your gaming history is.
Yeah. It's not about it being a better console or anything. It's just...
Yeah. I mean, I've never even considered the aspect of not owning both. I appreciate maybe I'm in a better financial position than some people are who can't afford to buy both. But, with the exception of the Nintendo consoles, I've owned every form of Sony and Xbox or Microsoft console that there's been, whether it be handheld, home. And the more consoles you have, the more games that are available to you.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Speaking, carrying on back to the story about PS4 being, the biggest selling console for last year. Do we think it will change at any point? Will Xbox ever be a bigger selling unit than the PS4 in any given 12-month period?
I think so, because there'll eventually become a time where it will be like the opposite of the last gen, where everyone had a 360, and then all of us, because you're second, you have to try and catch up and do things, and people who've already got the PS4 will go, you know what, they're doing some good stuff over there now, I'll pick one of these up.
Yeah, it's like that trend will plateau at some
point.
It
absolutely.
has to, because you're not going to continually having like millions and millions of people buying a PS4.
Yeah.
Because at some point, pretty much everyone who wants one will have one.
Yeah.
But obviously the Xbox numbers are lower, so that trend can keep going for longer.
And also, as the catalogue of exclusive Xbox games grows over time, I don't know what the number of games is exclusive to Xbox One now, but there must be, 100, let's say, over the last few years. So as that grows, obviously there are more and more games that people think, well, there's quite a big catalogue of games there that I've never experienced that I really do want to experience. It's a bit like me going into the Xbox One, not really playing any Halo, and thinking, you know what, I really want to experience this, so I'm going to get an Xbox One.
Where do we think then on the list of history the PS4 will end up? It's number 8 of home consoles right now, and it's 36 million. The number 1 selling console is PS2 at 155 million. I don't think it will ever get there, will it?
No.
Because that's more not because of the console itself, but more because the PS2 was around, what did it have, like a 15-year life?
I was going to say, the PS2 was basically around for most of the PS3's lifespan
in
certain markets.
Yeah.
So I think with technology now, people are less and less patient with technology. Like, you want the newer stuff, the better stuff.
Yeah.
Now, people are already moaning at the consoles now, or not. But I could see, I don't know.
You got to
what's it done now? What's it been? 2-3 years since release?
2.5.
2.5, 2 and a bit.
What do you make it to top 5?
70, 80 million it'll end up around?
Yeah, I'd like to see it get to 100, but I think we are going to start to see a slowdown in numbers.
It's got to slow down at some point.
I think it's got to start slowing down in the next 12 months, or at least starting to peak, because you would have seen that big surge, I think, already. Two Christmases, two years of birthdays and saving, and
the price is only going to come down though.
Yeah,
we said before Uncharted 4, so let's talk a little bit Uncharted 4. We did it last week when the game was delayed, and we were all very, very sad.
Yeah.
Ash was sad.
I was sad. I'm always sad.
So we know it's coming April 29th. We know that it's Naughty Dog's last entry in the series. Obviously Sony own the IP, so if Sony want more Uncharted games, they can give it to another studio to make. It wouldn't be the same, obviously. But
suicide.
Neil Druckmann, the game's director, has basically teased that maybe Drake is going to die. I don't know. Here is his quote, and we'll see what you guys think.
Yeah.
He said, "With the end of a Thief's End story, it will be hard to do a sequel with Nathan Drake. Maybe there'll be a prequel, maybe it'll be a different character. I don't know. But this is the end for Nathan Drake." So, do we think this is the end? That's a definitive. Is he talking just this is the end of his story? It's the fact that it will be hard to do a sequel. Why would it be hard to do a sequel with him unless he is dead? What do you reckon? I personally don't think they will kill him, but what do you guys think?
I don't think they'll kill him, but I think there'll be something else.
I think
that maybe.
while he's still the face of Sony, like he's one of the faces of Sony, basically. I think that wouldn't be a good direction for it. I think people who have thought he's going to die are probably reading that too literal when they're saying the end.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, the story will have a natural end. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be dead. It's just like, no, that's it, that's done. But there's no need for him to be doing anything else.
But 3 had kind of an end, didn't they?
Well, they all technically have a kind of an end.
They always have an end.
But there's always some excuse to bring him back. You know, this time being his brother. Like, unless there's something more definitive, what's to stop? You know, he has a kid with Elena and like grows up and then the kid's in trouble and there's like 60-year-old Nathan. I don't know. Like,
well, that's what they're talking. You could be looking at there when they're saying maybe it'll be a different character.
Maybe the final
Drake.
Yeah, maybe the final scene of Uncharted 4 will jump like 20 years later or something, and it will end with him being an old man and having a kid. I don't know.
Like we talked off camera before, and we both kind of had the thought of maybe it'll just end with him being physically unable to continue
in a wheelchair.
Yeah, his lifestyle as such.
Something has to catch up to him, you think? But it's not the right story to end with the death of the lead. Like, there were certain games you play and certain films you watch where it's like, okay, that made sense. It had to kind of catch up to him. But
yeah,
I think Uncharted is too much of a happy story to end on.
It is. It's far too jovial, I think, and there's a lot of humour in there. I think people do like the character of Drake, and I think it would be silly to kill him off. Even if you're not going to do another game, I still think it would be silly.
If you bear in mind that in the other games as well, they've had those moments of where it's perfectly possible for another character to have been killed off.
Yeah.
In terms of the main group
that
surround him,
and
they've not done it.
They've teased it enough times.
Yeah.
That I feel it would be kind of like a veer in the wrong direction for them, based on how they've done previously.
Would you?
Like, Elena's been in peril, like Sully's been in peril, and they've both pulled through.
Yeah.
Like, for those last scenes. So it's like,
How would you react, though? Like, would you be angry, or would you just be like, okay, but like if he died, or would it all depend on how they did it?
If the story has it making it the right end, then that's fine. I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, if the story's good from it, then that's fine. But if it's been a story that's been going a certain direction and then gone, we want to make sure no one does a sequel. Pew pew, he dead.
But like,
then
I mean, well,
if it veers out of
because people are kind of, some people are angry, or maybe not angry is the right word, but kind of shocked by the end of The Last of Us. I won't say anything for people that haven't played it, but you get to that part where you're expecting there to be a choice, but they make the choice for you.
Yeah.
Which is, some would say, the wrong choice in terms of morals, but you can understand why that choice is made, and it forces you to have that choice be the end of your game, because that is their story. They're not giving you...
Yeah. I don't think that will happen in Uncharted. I've played a lot of Uncharted and, really got to feel like I know all these characters inside out now. After playing all the games a ridiculous amount of times, I just think it would be silly to kill any of the main characters off. I just think it just wouldn't. I don't know. You kind of need it to be they all live happily ever after kind of scenario. I think that's what it needs. That's what it deserves. And maybe there is some sort of legacy there in the form of
maybe
a different
he will
generation.
finally get the big score.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Might it'll just be being on baller in like a golden house.
Well, you know what I mean? Like every Uncharted game has basically finished with him finding the place of treasure and then the treasure disappearing on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
we'll finally actually get to keep it.
we will find out in a couple of months' time.
Mm.
Be sure to be sure to play the game, but also be sure to stay tuned here.
Yeah.
We will probably almost certainly complete that game as soon as possible and do like a video where we discuss the game. And
Yeah.
I feel like we should do a video where we discuss it in full with spoilers and everything, but
Yeah.
a separate thing to what we normally do.
Yeah.
I think
We
that'd be a good idea.
probably will. I think I will probably try and play the game
That
all the way
weekend.
through in one sitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna take the Friday off work then? I'm taking the Friday
yeah.
off work.
Yeah.
Problem is, my friend has decided that because it's his birthday, I've got to go to Jersey for the day on the Saturday now. So I have to finish it on the Friday.
Oh. Selfish friend.
I know.
Boo.
The final item of today, another rumour. We don't need to always just do factual news. Let's speculate more.
Let's speculate.
GTA 5, pretty successful game. Everyone's played it. Well, I would assume nearly everyone's played it based on its sales figures.
If you're old
Everyone
enough.
enjoyed it. Doesn't matter if you're old enough. I played GTA.
Have you heard the people online? They're not old enough.
I will not let my son play the game until he's old enough.
Did you play?
I'm a bad dad.
Yeah, I
I
was
know.
going to say, did you?
I know. Maybe.
Did you
all
play
right.
18s before you were 18?
Maybe.
Definitely.
He's 9.
Yes.
What year did GTA come out? The first GTA.
First one. No idea.
Because I played that when it came out. I suppose it's different now though, because GTA 1 was like top down, like the detail of like the graphicness is like the gruesome brutality is kind of more visual now than it was back in the day on the PS1.
But really, at the end of the day, for any game's rating, it's up for you as a parent to do your research and then decide whether
The swearing I can
content-
deal with. I think it's just the drugs and the prostitutes. I think would be. Anyway,
Sorry.
yeah. So GTA 5. Yes.
So yeah, we had a tease from Sean Fontano, who plays Franklin.
Mhm.
He posted a picture on Instagram this week of him. We can only assume it's Rockstar Studio based on the fact that there's giant posters of Max Payne and GTA 4 and
LA Noire.
LA Noire in the background.
That or he's just at someone's house.
Either that or
really
he just
loves it.
loves Rockstar. He was also in a mocap suit
He
as
was.
well.
Yeah, he was in a suit. Yeah.
So, unless that's how he chills out at home, chances are he's at Rockstar Studio doing some sort of motion capture. Now, this could either be an old photo that he's just trolling us with,
Yeah.
or he's back in the studios because maybe they're preparing some DLC. I mean, we saw 2 lots of DLC for GTA 4 back in the day, The Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost of the Damned, which were both pretty good DLCs. I don't know if you guys played them.
Yeah. Played the first one. Yeah.
But we've kind of been waiting for GTA 5 to have this, and I'm sure Rockstar said that it would come. I mean, I don't have any quote here, but I'm sure they said it.
I mean, they also said they wanted GTA 5 to last for about 10 years, so you know they've got a window.
They have got a window.
But that's more the
And
online platform.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's like,
Praise where praise is due. Rockstar do a bloody good job.
oh
of
yeah, no, they're
giving us additional content for free monthly almost.
That's my question. Is this single player DLC a la Gay Tony, Lost and Damned, or is it some more stuff for GTA Online, or is it nothing and people are just making a mountain out of a molehill? What do you guys reckon?
It probably is more likely to be online because they've been obviously throwing in more stuff with more characters from the single player stuff. Like we had something like the Lowrider stuff had more to do with Lamar.
Yeah.
Again.
A lot of heist
but
now
we-
with what's his face, Lester.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we haven't, and Trevor's basically been there from the start, but we haven't seen anything of Franklin and Michael yet.
True. I would be disappointed if it was only online stuff. Not that the online stuff's been bad, but I would like to have a reason to go back into that world single player.
Do you think the single player stuff though, because of how it ends, or the various ends, it would have to be a new character story kind of thing?
Well, again, not spoiling anything, but irrespective of what ending you have, there's still a story for Franklin to be told after the events.
Oh yeah, but you know what I mean.
So, if there's going to be anyone doing single DLC, Franklin's, or it could be a prequel.
it could.
You know, I mean, we don't know. We know he's been trying to make it big in the city for a while. Maybe this is a story of how he tried to do it before he met Michael and Trevor. It could be anything. Or it could be that the main story is happening simultaneous to the events of there, but Franklin is just kind of involved as a side character, not the lead character. I mean, though the GTA 4 ones was not about Nico.
That's what I'm saying.
But he still appears in them as kind of like...
I think it'll be online, to be honest. I think there'll be something regarding online. There might be a new heist. He could be involved in anything. But I think it's more likely to be online. I don't think that we will see a single-player DLC like we did on GTA 4.
You're breaking my heart. We're going to move on to the games now.
Okay.
I'm depressed.
Okay.
Not that depressed, though. There's plenty of games to talk about.
I wouldn't say there's a lot this week, to be honest.
Okay, 2016 offers a lot of great games.
It does.
Which, by the way, you can tune into Party Chat this week to find out all of our games that we are most excited for. Hotly anticipated.
Yes.
But for this week, we're still early days, still waiting for the games to kind of really pick up. That's going to be next month, I believe, is when we start getting.
Yeah, middle of January. I don't think anyone ever expects there to be some, AAA massive blockbuster games being released in January, but
we do have Assassin's Creed. Possibly one of the early Assassin's Creed games you're going to get to play this year, based on what we talked about last week. Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. This is the second in the trilogy that is kind of like a 2.5D more
side-scrolling.
It's from what I've gathered of these games. I do actually have China because I bought it in a sale. I haven't played it, but from what I gather, these games are they play really well. The gameplay's really good, but the stories, it's kind of like the opposite problem to what Mayonnaise seems to have. The stories where it gets let down. But they have good aesthetic. The kind of art style they go for. I like that. It looks good. And if you're interested, if you need your Assassin's Creed fix, I think it's like £8 or something. So pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it is.
Are you gonna pick it up, Dan? Do you think?
Probably not. It's not the Assassin's Creed games that I've grown up playing.
But you're supposed to be a fan. You should play everything. Isn't that not how fans work?
No,
I know it's not.
No, it's not.
But no, there's the thing out there that you get people where if you don't like something that's made by a franchise, like, oh, you're not a true fan. It's like, fuck off. No. Liking something just because it's done by, we don't have to automatically like every game Rockstar does just because they bought us GTA. It's like, that's a fanboy. That's not a fan. That's just blindly following someone. Kind of like being in a relationship, really.
It's like you, being a massive One Direction fan that you are.
Exactly.
You don't like every song that they release, but you
actually
I
do
like most of them.
I do like every song. But you can't really compare the two. Like Assassin's Creed is One Direction. Yeah. One Love. Oh no, wait, that's Blue. Never mind. Oxenfree, second up. This is side-scrolling. What we can tell is kind of like a mystery horror game. Looks pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool.
I don't want to read too much because
you don't want to
spoil it. So you'll see the overlay of the trailer here. But yeah, it looks like there's some sort of mystery going on, like up in kind of like is it like mountains and stuff?
Yeah,
like caves.
Basically, what I told you or said was it was the side-scrolling Until Dawn.
Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like that. I mean, there's obviously certain differences, but it's been reviewing well as well. I think most like around Metacritic, it's in the 80s, so
that's good.
It's good.
Pretty decent.
It has got
It does intrigue me.
Definitely.
Rebel Galaxy, next up. This is our weekly intergalactic space shooter. We have them every week.
We do have them every week.
Yeah. This one's got a little bit more.
I think everyone's releasing these at the moment after the Star Wars hype.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of understandable. We do have a load of Star Wars games that we'll get to in a second. But this one, there's shooting and stuff. But it looks like there's also some sort of like trading and kind of crafting kind of elements in the game as well. It looks fine, but I don't really care for it too much. It's like, it's okay. It's another game. I can't play every game. But that's okay. I can live not playing Rebel Galaxy in my life.
I think we just need something that is. We just have so many of these galaxy flying, fighting, shooting games. I just cannot differentiate between them. I get lost. It's a big galaxy.
You get lost.
Here's the question: are they going to clog the market up before No Man's Sky gets here?
No,
because No
Man's Sky is like. Yeah. Your average person does not look on the PlayStation Store every week to see the games. People know the big names like No Man's Sky. Most people will not know Rebel Galaxy exists.
No.
And even less people will probably buy it.
But a few more know now.
Yeah, all 2 of them. Infinity Factory is up next, which is kind of like a weird sort of puzzle game where you have to build like factories.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like blocky a la Minecraft. I think you said.
Minecraft was something that appealed to me, or something that...
Kind of you thought of when you saw it.
Yeah.
Very dark kind of game though, isn't it? Looking at the trailer, there doesn't seem to be much colour.
It's
a lot of grey.
Well, I suppose you get grey as a colour technically.
No,
it's not a fun colour.
A lot of grey.
There is a lot of grey.
Yeah, it's an odd game. I am getting more and more into my puzzle games, but just this is not the sort of puzzle I go for.
You don't have to play every puzzle game. You can be selective.
I know.
We then got the Star Wars games we talked about. There's 3 of them. Star Wars Jedi Fighter, Star Wars Bounty Hunter, and Star Wars Race of Revenge. These are all old PS2, PS1. They're old games that are being re-released for PS4.
Yeah.
Jumping on the Star Wars bandwagon. They'll probably sell a couple of, maybe 100,000 or something. Makes sense to be re-releasing all these games. I think I remember Race of Revenge. I'm sure, it's like a pod racer kind of style.
Yeah.
Not the one from N64, which was actually Episode 1 Pod Racer.
Yeah.
That game was the shit.
It was good.
At least I remember it being. It was probably just shit.
Yeah, it's always the thing when you look back, when you have
nostalgia
memories,
goggles,
you have memories of games and you think, wow, I loved playing that, and then you play it now and you're like, actually, this is rubbish.
That's because we remember we were just dumb kids, so you don't understand kind of what made a good game.
Now you're a dumb adult instead, yeah.
Cheers.
That's what I mean.
And then the final game we have this week, if you can call it that, acted out. Charades.
I expected you to act it out and try and get the viewers to guess what it's called.
4 words. First word.
No. We'll be here for hours.
Yeah, it will take too long.
So yeah,
they're not going to guess.
This is they might guess. Except I've already given them the answer. So for £12 on the PS4, you could basically buy a game that lets you play charades with people, and I can't understand.
When you say it again,
why would you buy a video game like you're not interacting with the game? All a game will do for you is keep score and maybe give you your charades to act out. It's like
it'll do a timer. It'll do a timer.
I'll do a timer.
Yeah.
Because no one has one of those anymore.
Yeah, it'll do a timer.
No one has one of them in their pocket.
Yeah.
What's a waste of £12? I'm sorry, I don't like kind of criticising people because there's people that have worked on this game and they've worked very hard and fair enough. I just can't see
the logic,
the appeal. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I've got Chicken Charades, which is a way superior game, which we need to have a conversation about, by the way, at some point.
Okay.
But yeah, go and get Chicken Charades. Don't get acted out charades. That's my personal tip of the week, and you can have that for free. So that's it.
I think a jigsaw would be more fun.
Depends what kind of jigsaw. Do you remember those jigsaws where you used to get like...
That'll be the next thing that comes on PS4, like jigsaws and things like that.
You say that though. I remember
Jenga.
When I was at school.
That'll be on PS4 soon. Jenga.
I think I know what it is.
Probably.
I'm 99% certain I know what it is. That would be a good VR game though.
That would be good. Giant Jenga.
Yeah. Have you seen the people that were playing Jenga in Just Cause? Have you seen that video?
Yes, I've seen it.
I'll overlay it here for people that are still watching. But basically using like the giant crates from like the docks.
Stacking them up. It's good. It's funny.
That's so funny. Just Cause is a good game.
Just Cause is a good game.
That's my pick of the week. What's yours? What's your pick of the week, Ash?
I like the look of Oxenfree. I think we are very limited with options and choice this week, but Oxenfree. A bit of a sort of dark mystery, horror slash.
It looks good.
I'm intrigued, as you said. You're intrigued. I'm intrigued. I think whether I'll get it, I don't know. But the other games look crap.
I agree with you. I'm going Oxenfree this week, pretty much for the same reasons. I don't need to repeat myself.
No, I'm the same. But, there's nothing else there that I would want at this time.
Chronicles looks okay, but I've already got a Chronicles game, so Oxenfree looks pretty good. So there we go. That is it. We have made it through another episode.
Another week.
It's our 80th episode now. We're closing in on 100. Have to start planning. It's only 5 months away.
I know. Just think, Dan, we'll have cake
More cake.
More cake.
Yeah.
And cake.
Party hats.
Balloons again.
Balloons. It's going to be great.
Basically what we did for episode 50, but we have to
Yeah.
do twice as good at least.
We will.
Yeah. We'll decide anyway. They don't care. I was thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
So-
We'll send out the party invites.
Don't say that. How many poor people are we going to fit in this room? 3?
I don't know.
The camera's basically on top of it. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching, everyone. Do let us know in the comments below what you think of this week's news with regards to Hitman. Are you as angry as we are? Do you think Drake's going to die or not? What else was there? Oh yeah, are you excited for The Division, like us? Let us know. We'll respond to you as always. But for now, Ash, Dan, thank you for your time.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
And everyone out there, thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time.